Hey, welcome back. I'm glad you stuck with me. This is Larry Deep, author of The Power in You, founder of Laser Focused Learning Academy on Self-Esteem, and creator of one of the most powerful 3-day life-changing intensives entitled Step Into Your Greatness. We've been sharing with you very powerful concepts that high achievers, peak performers, and extraordinary entrepreneurs achieve. Levels of greatness that they are able to get themselves to achieve. And so in video number 1, we talked about a paradigm shift. Paradigm shift, we covered 5 concepts or 5 strategies that are necessary that high achievers, peak performers, and great achieving entrepreneurs are levels that they're able to get themselves to perform at. And the 5 levels or 5 strategies are: number 1, your psychology. They're able to control their mindset. Day and night, doesn't matter, all day, every day. They're not distracted, and when they get distracted, they force themselves through rituals and strategies to get themselves back on track. Number 2, there's a radical shift or paradigm shift in their physiology. Now, their physiology is your body. It's your health. It's your energy level. It's the food that you put in. It's exercise. All of these things combine to give you the energy necessary to take yourself to high levels, which is the next paradigm shift, which is productivity. In order to be productive, you've got to have the energy necessary to sustain that productivity. So through number 3, we learned productivity, which is basically time management. Whether you're a millionaire or a pauper, you're given what? 24 hours. We all have 24 hours in a day. And so high achievers and peak performers are able to demand more from themselves through their time frames. In other words, they're able to get more done in less time. We also learned that there was a paradigm shift that was necessary in your ability to persuade others. You see, when you open your mouth, you tell the world what you know. And sometimes it's not what you want them to find out. So you got to become a powerful communicator, and that's what high achievers and peak performers are able to do. They're able to persuade others to buy whatever it is that they're selling. They're able to convince them and influence them in ways that they've never been influenced before. And you see this in any great or powerful personal development trainers, speakers, whether they're pastors or teachers, doesn't really matter. They all have the ability to persuade. And so there must be a paradigm shift in how you persuade. You've got to embrace that in your life and in your work and in your business. Finally, we talked about purpose. A lot of people, there's a paradigm shift that needs to take place in your purpose. And a lot of folks don't understand what their purpose is, or they don't know what their purpose is. And we share with you that it's important to pursue your passions, because when you pursue your passions, and that's the things that you love to do, when you pursue your passion, your purpose will be revealed. So those are the 5 things: psychology, physiology, productivity, persuasion, and finally, purpose, which is basically leadership, okay? In our second video, we shared an acronym entitled CFAR. Now, C stands for clarity. All high achievers and peak performers are able to get themselves to understand what it is they want because they're very clear about it. They're clear in their messaging, whether it's to others or to themselves. They know on the inside what they want, and so they're very clear about it. Next, the F stands for focus. Once you are clear, you must stay focused. High achievers and peak performers and great, outstanding entrepreneurs are able to get themselves to focus on the most important stuff. They're able to prioritize and do only those things single-mindedly that lead them to their next level. They're able to take control of their lives. In Step Into Your Greatness, we share powerful concepts just like the one that I'm sharing here in this video series. And even more. We're just giving you a touch of the tip of the iceberg of some of the things that we share through that event. The next one, A, stands for action. Action. You see, peak performers and high achievers are able to get themselves to pull the trigger. They're able to take action, even when they don't want to. They know that when they take action, when they're in action, there is a saying, I believe, that an object in motion tends to what? Stay in motion. But an object at rest, what? Stays at rest. And so they know that if they're in action, they're going to get more done. And that action will lead them to the R, which is results. You see, we're all looking for results. But if you don't have clarity, if you're not focused, if you're not taking action, you're never going to get the results that you're looking for. Which brings us, remarkably, to our final video concept. And I want to say to you, thank you for sticking with me throughout the other videos in this series. And I hope it's been helpful for you. I hope you've been able to put some of these concepts in play in your work, in your life, and in your business. And so today we want to talk about vamping, the concept of vamping. Now this is another acronym, and so we're going to share with you what exactly this means. The V stands for visualization. Say it, visualization. High achieving peak performers are able to visualize with clarity what it is that they want their outcomes to be. There's an old saying that without a vision, we die. It also says, write the vision, make it plain. That's all clarity. It comes from the second concept, but we're moving down here to visualization. And in visualization, you got to see it before you can ever achieve it. And that's a hard concept for many people to get. But one thing I've discovered in working with closely with high achievers and peak performers, they understand the power of visualization. You got to see it. The Wright brothers were bike mechanics, but they were able to visualize and get a vision of man taking flight. You see, we walked for centuries, and along came the Wright brothers with the right idea at the right time. And because of their vision, because of their courage, we can fly clear across the United States in less than 5 hours. Visualization. It all starts with visualization. Next, A stands for affirmations. Affirmations are those statements that we speak out loud from our mouth. There's power of life and death in this old thing called the tongue. Blessings and cursings come from the tongue. And you can bless yourself or you can curse yourself, but it all starts with you. And it all starts with you speaking it into existence. And so you have to affirm and confirm those things that you know to be true but may not yet already believe. You see, I used to say these statements over and over and over again. I think my wife thought I was crazy, and then one day I caught her repeating some of these same affirmations out loud, and that's when I knew that I was onto something. And I began to even do them even more and to put more emphasis on them. Affirmations are statements that you make out loud that you may not believe yet, but if you keep saying them, they'll work their way into your spirit. And what gets into your spirit eventually works its way into the physical. And I believe this, things are created twice. First in the spiritual, which is the unseen, and second in the physical, which is the seen. We see things with our eyes because folks had the ability to visualize it, affirm it, and that's how they created it. Because they kept speaking it and they kept believing that it could be. Which moves us to the M. The M stands for meditation. Now, I'm not talking about meditation like a Zen monk or anything like that. I'm talking about meditation where you just be still. See, sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes we need to be still, but the problem with why we don't do it is not because we don't want to, it's because as soon as we're still, the noise level, the volume level inside of our heads is automatically turned on 10. And we want to turn the noise down, and the only way to turn the noise down is to start what? Getting busy, moving around, talking, picking up the phone, answering emails, all kinds of crazy things that we do to distract us from listening to that still small voice inside of our head. There's two voices. There's the voice of reason, and then there's the voice of doubt. The first voice will always lead you in the direction of having, doing, and being the things that God created you to have, do, and be. The second voice will always create fear. It'll always create doubt. It'll always have you second guessing yourself. So in order to meditate, I challenge you to use small increments, just small periods, like 10 or 15 seconds at a time, to see if you can quiet the noise inside of your head until you can really hear what it is that you should be doing. And that's hard to do. Once you're able to achieve that, it's a powerful concept. Next, P stands for pray. Now, pray does mean you have to open your mouth and say something. And praying, I believe, is how we pray things into existence. Through the power of prayer, we're able to change not only our lives, but the lives of many people, not only in our families, but around the world through the power of prayer. Okay? Now, it is not necessarily done in this order, so I want to share with you. I couldn't do it in the way that I do it. Every morning, I do what is called the hour of power, and it includes vamping. And the first thing I do is pray. That's right. The second thing I do is meditate. The third thing I do I begin to affirm and confirm those things which I know to be true, but may not yet already believe. And then finally, I get out of bed and I begin to visualize. I begin to see my day unfolding in the way that I would like for it to do each and every single day. Once you begin to do this, once you begin to just start instituting vamping into your life, you'll see how powerful it is and how you're able to control your day and get control of your life, your work, and your business. So real quick, in review, these powerful concepts that high achievers and peak performers institute into their lives that change them and help them move their businesses to the next highest level. Paradigm shift, 5 areas: psychology, physiology, productivity, persuasion, and purpose. They're able to see far. All high achievers and peak performers are able to see far because they have clarity. They are focused. They take action. They get the results they're looking for. And last but not least, all high achievers and peak performers and great entrepreneurs are using some form of this vamping technique. Visualize, affirm, meditate, and pray. All right, I want to say thank you for sticking with me throughout this entire video series. This is the final video, and I promised you that I was going to share with you a little bit about Step Into Your Greatness, which is a 3-day event that we do. Here's very quickly. Day 1, we're going to help you overcome your fears. We're going to work on your psychology. It's your mindset. We talked about the paradigm shift. We're going to get deeper, dive really deep into those 5 areas that we talked about. Next, we're going to identify and release the inner crap, the stuff that's inside of you that's holding you back. Those are the things that keep you from doing and being the things that you want to do. They hold you back. They keep you from moving forward, from pressing forward. And then the final thing we're going to do that night is called an arrow break. I don't want to give it away right now, but you don't want to miss it. Some of you might not want to do it, but you don't want to miss it. It's called the arrow break. Day 2 is transformation day. That's the day we start dealing with your beliefs and your goals, and we get more into purpose, why you're here, and what is it you need to do. Who's your tribe, and how do you find those people? And how do you, once you find them, how do you get them persuaded to follow you and to buy your services and products and things of that nature? So in day 3, final day, the focus is on total energy. So we're looking at energy, your physiology, rituals. We boost your energy level up so high, we send it through the roof, we send you home so that you can get going, get started on the things necessary to change your business, change your life, change your work. We teach you concepts on how to control your weight and persuasion. We get into persuasion and rituals. And then finally, there's so much more that we do, but I want to give you just a little bit. So if you want to find out more, go now to www.stepintoyourgreatness. That's STEPN, just the letter N, number 2, your, YOUR, greatness.com. It has been a pleasure to share with you these powerful concepts of high achievers and peak performers and entrepreneurs who do extraordinary things. Once again, I'm Larry D. Have a dynamic day today. And remember, it all starts with you. Bye now.